And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ice Line in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Madness ensued in this very building yesterday. We're hoping for a little bit of the same. We got the Drexel Dragons taking on the Navy Midshipmen for the right to advance to the ECHA Championship tomorrow right here at the Ice Line. I am joined by my partner, Mike Zingroni. I am Taylor Snyder on the call. We are going to send it down to Matt, our public address announcer, for our pregame ceremony. exciting year in the ECHA. Down to 4 teams in the semifinal round here. We got the Drexel Dragons taking on the Navy Midshipmen. I'm joined by my partner, Mike. And Mike, last night when we were here, we had a lot of fun. Villanova falling to the Naval Academy 3-2. An unbelievable game. Derek Golembrowski, number 20 for the Naval Academy, the hero. Mike, what are you looking at in this game? Can you break down these two teams for me?
I think the thing I'm looking forward to most is how Luke Marcus and Navy responds from yesterday. He had a strong game, 24 saves on 26 shots in the win over Villanova. And I'm also enticed to see how Drexel's goalie, Jeremy Wick, coming in with a 2.72 goals against average and a 90.9 save percentage. I'm excited to see how these two teams' goalies react because these are the two highest scoring teams in the ECHA. So I'm excited to see these two teams put up a lot of goals, but I'm excited to see these two goalies and if they can stand on their heads and will their team to victory.
Starters for Drexel, number 29, Jim McCallich. For Mike Church-Vara, ECHA Player of the Year. Chris Hagan, number 22 at center, 13. Pat McGinley, right wing, 5. Dylan Hart. The Academy has Luke Marcus in net, Jeremy Wick in net for the Dragons. And on the ice, Spike Burkhardt, Brendan Reynolds, Alex Vandenberg, and Luke Turk, followed by Connor Heaton. We are underway. We got 3 periods of hockey coming your way. Winner advancing to the ECHA championship tomorrow. Let's get rolling. And now played off in the corner by Reynolds here. He'll just dish it out. Tries to find Jake Rozier. In the corner now in the battle, number 15, Turk. Tried to dump it back out. Reynolds again. Moving up in transition. And the ice is Pat McGinley. Church-Vara was there for the Dragons. And now on the retrieval is Nicholas Urbani. Urbani now controlling. A pass that went just over the stick of number 5, Dylan Hart. And now played back here by Reynolds in the corner. Battling up in the boards with Reynolds is Matt Stamler, number 17. First team ECHA, Matt Stamler to you. And behind the cage now, chasing the puck for the Drexel Dragons, number 21 playing up with them. And a battle on the boards there, just dumped out by Joe Kelly. On the retrieval now for the Drexel Dragons, Urbani. Urbani's going to dish it out. And the battle now playing is Casilla behind the cage for the Academy. And dishing back out, number 25 for the Academy. Aiden Riley on the ice.
Interesting to see, sorry for cutting you off, Taylor, but yesterday at the Villanova-Navy game, we saw a lot of wide open ice really early. This game, granted, it's only a minute 30 in. We haven't really found a connection yet. No one's really pinpoint on their passes, still a little feeling out process. So this game, I think, might be a little bit slower developing than the Navy-Nova game we saw yesterday.
At the dot for the Drexel Dragons, Aaron Carmichael. And wins the faceoff. A shot that was sent over the glove of Luke Marcus, now retrieved in the corner by the Academy. Number 16, Ross Hogan. And now going to retrieve that puck will be Hogan. Hogan trying to center a pass that was picked off by Carmichael. Carmichael on the chase now behind the cage. Tried to put one in the slot. Blocked down in front by a midshipman. And now Navy will maintain possession. It's Casilla moving with it. Up in the neutral zone for the Academy. Number 23, Heaton. And a dump out by Wick. Retrieved by ECHA Player of the Year, Mike Church-Vara. Aaron Carmichael moving through the neutral zone for the Dragons. Puts on the brakes. Thought about passing it up ice, couldn't connect. Looking for number 19 there, Jamie Crane.
This game is really, really choppy really early. No team really understands what they want to do quite yet. Drexel did get one nice, probably the cleanest shot off so far this game, right off the faceoff after Carmichael won it, but no one's really felt each other out yet.
And the Dragons win the faceoff. A shot that was sent all the way to the glove of Marcus, blocked down. And he'll just play that one out. The midshipman now moving in transition. Trying to handle the puck. Number 15 for the Academy. Luke Turk. And with the puck right now is indeed Joseph Gianni. Moving up through neutral ice. Now controlling is... And a shot that was sent to the top of the net. The shot that was left off there was from Jake Rozier, number 10. And now the Drexel Dragons right back in transition. It's Weeth Cool. Cool couldn't handle the puck. And now in a battle with the boards is Luke Turk. Playing back for the Academy now. Alexander Vandenberg had a huge game yesterday, an assist in that one. Moving up ice, trying to put a decom was number 25 there. Cam Neely couldn't get much of it. Moving up ice now is number 19 for the Academy, Ed Zhao. And now controlled in their own zone by Nick Urbani. Drexel Dragons just trying to get this out of here. Blaze Kilroy up on the boards in a battle with number 20 on the Academy, Derek Golembrowski. Here yesterday scored 2 goals to lead the Academy to this point, the reason they are in this game today. Urbani now controlling, and he'll be content to dump that one out. Navy on the retrieval.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Derek Golembrowski does today. 2 goals yesterday against Nova via the slap shot. Game tying and game winning goal. Excited to see if he puts one in back in the net today.
And Reynolds with a couple of nifty moves there. Almost tried to deke out a defender. Goes right to the glove of Wick. No problem for him. We'll get a stoppage of play. 16-13 to go here in the first period. 2 shots for the Naval Academy. None for the Drexel Dragons. Coming to take this one will be Andrew Douglas, number 26 for the Academy. Dueling it out with number 23, Nathan Runk. Playing up on the boards is Runk. Runk in a battle there with Douglas. Hayden for the Academy tried to play that one out. Drexel content to keep it going. Number 6 here moving up ice, Chris DiCarlo. Marcus sips that one away. Has to be careful there. Drexel had a little poke shot by number 23. Nathan Runk there almost had a follow-up opportunity. A good chance for the Dragons. Moving up ice now is the Academy, number 6, Zach Flagler. He was picked off right away. DiCarlo moving back. A couple of nifty moves there. And a shot that goes right to the glove of Luke Marcus. The first quality chance for the Dragons all day.
Yeah, that was really nifty, but good job by Luke Marcus. Per yesterday, he was always in position. Today, much of the same through the first 4.5 minutes. Easy glove save for Luke Marcus.
Saw a lot of good goaltending yesterday, a lot of good defense. Mike, I'm getting the sense that this game may be a little bit more low scoring than the last game.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. Still a big feeling out process, and it doesn't look to be progressing too much. I think this could be kind of a sloppy first period before both teams figure out what they want to do.
Vandenberg in a battle of the boards there to help him out was his teammate, Luke Turk. Ross Hogan there on the boards with him. Hogan will now control the puck. And Hogan ran into his own teammate there, Scasia. And now Hogan in a board battle there with Turk.
This will be a penalty on Navy upcoming.
And Aaron Carmichael there dishes it out to Mike Corkery. And a delayed penalty call as he called Mike. We'll see what the referee has to say.
I think Ross Hogan's going to go in for a hooking. See what the ref indicates. Definitely is Ross Hogan.
Yep. Ross Hogan going to the box. So Drexel's going to go 5-on-4 hockey here with 14:55 to go. And Navy, who has one more shot than the Dragons in this game, 2-1. Now Drexel's getting their opportunity to cash their first end of the game.
Yesterday, 4 of the 5 goals were scored on the power play. So I'm interested to see if special teams will be a big factor in this game.
We got the special teams out there. James Schickling, Cam Neely out there, Mike Church-Barra, Eugene Lim, all ECHA All-Star selections.
Yeah, this Drexel team is loaded. Have 166 goals on the year as a team, so it is very loaded. 22.7% on the power play as well.
And now played off behind the net is James Schickling. Schickling passes to Carmichael. Back to Carmichael. Thought about passing it to Church-Vara at the point. Goes right back to Schickling. And to Church-Vara now. Church-Vara can't handle it. Drexel forced to backpedal. And back to Carmichael here. Carmichael looks across ice, connects with Eugene Lim. Lim, a shot that went just high of the net over the glove of Lucas Marcus. Puck will remain in the Drexel zone. Dylan Hart out there, number 5. Hart, a pass to Lim. Lim at the top circle, passes it to Church-Vara. Church-Vara, pass knocked down in front by a Navy defender. And blocking that on the play was Joseph Gianni. And a follow-up opportunity there for the Drexel Dragons. Gianni here taking his time to dump that one out. Navy gets a line change. 54 seconds to go on the power play.
Good job by Navy so far in the penalty kill, not allowing Drexel too much in the middle, keeping them mainly towards the perimeter where they can't get those high danger scoring opportunities.
And a stoppage of play here.
This will be a hand pass.
Yeah, looks like Dylan Hart's not too happy about the call.
Hand pass, so I think a defensive zone draw for Drexel.
I believe that will be warranted. Ross Hogan still in the box for Navy. It's 5-on-4 hockey, 44 seconds to remain on that. Navy doing an excellent job so far in this game defensively. Special teams here. First opportunity all game to prove themselves, and they are proving themselves worthy. At the dot is Vandenberg. Follow-up opportunity, scores! Jake Rosier, 1-0 Midshipmen.
Beautiful persistence. They keep the pressure in Drexel's defensive zone. They force Drexel to commit a hand pass, which leads to a face-off right to the left of Jeremy Wick. Navy wins the face-off, gets the puck right into the blue crease. That body's crashing, and the puck finds a way in the back of the net.
A face-off win there by Alex Vandenberg, shorthanded, 5-on-4 hockey. A follow-up opportunity from Rosier. Did not hear much of him in the game yesterday versus Villanova, but when his number was called there, he took advantage. Now the Naval Academy here with 13:24 to go in the first period will get the game's first goal. Playing off in the corner with the Academy on defense there was Brendan Reynolds, number 27. Rosier right back out there, number 10, just had a goal a moment ago. And Alex Vandenberg doing a good job of clearing that out. 11 seconds to go on the power play. Wick, a pass, tried to reach Nick Urbani. Second team ECHA could not connect. And now Drexel moving up the right wing. Takes it around the ice. As follow opportunity, scores! Dylan Hart, tie game.
Drexel wastes no time in answering. Navy kills off the penalty, so this is an even strength goal by Hart, but he does a great job coming off the bench, skating into the zone. No one on the Navy in the defensive zone picks him up coming off the bench, and he's wide open. Pass goes in the middle, and he slams it past Luke Marcus, and we have a tie game.
No heart, no love. Dylan Hart evens it up at 1 apiece. 12:47 to go in the first period, and just like that, this game is opened up. Jeremy Wick now playing the puck for Drexel, looks for Jim McCallich. McCallich playing up the board now. There on defense for the Naval Academy was Scasia, trying to pass it across ice to Joe Kelly, and now picks up, and Naval Academy scores! Dear my Matt Stamler, 2-1 blue and gold.
Yeah, this is not going to be a defensive game, Taylor. I think we're going to see a lot of scoring, and we're far from over when it comes to that regard.
I am eating my words for dinner right now. The Naval Academy and Drexel, 3 goals in under 2 minutes. And just like that, Mike, we got a good old hockey game.
Good old hockey game, 2-1 with 12:30 remaining. Matt Sandler does a good job being persistent in the offensive zone, picking up the loose puck, slamming it home in the slot.
And now handling it for the Academy, moving up, Derek Golembrowski, everyone's hero. Playing up in the boards now is Joe Kelly. Stamler there had the goal just a moment ago. Moving up with it is Nick Urbani for the Dragons. Almost picked off there by Stamler. Kelly on defense, and now played up against the boards is Ross Hogan. And Kelly will try to play it off, but Drexel will get it right back. Aaron Carmichael now. Couldn't really handle it, just going back and forth at this point. And offsides, I believe, will be the call.
Yeah, I think all it takes is maybe a goal or two for the game to open up a little bit, for the teams maybe to get their complete legs under them, to really feel that they're fully into this game, get their confidence going. So I think the floodgates have opened. These are the 2 high-scoring teams in the ECHA. So this game is playing on the course right now.
Opened up like a seam. At the faceoff dot, Alex Vandenberg, who was phenomenal yesterday versus Villanova, won a faceoff just moments ago that had the game's first goal on a shorthanded. Now moving it is Brendan Reynolds. Reynolds a shot to the front of the slot. Can't reach. Spike Burkhardt now playing up the boards, passes it to Alex Vandenberg. Rosier has a mark in this game up in the boards in a battle with Mike Churchvara. Reynolds trying to keep the puck in the zone, and now Navy with a follow-up opportunity. Scores! Can I get 2? Jake Rosier.
Almost similar to the other one. The puck finds its way to slide from left to right. Jeremy Wick's just a tiny bit behind it, a tiny bit behind the puck movement. And Rosier is right there to bang it home. It's 3-1 Navy, and Navy comes through again on the power play. They were 2 for 5 yesterday, 2 of their 3 goals coming on the power play, and they have a goal right now coming on the power play. They also have a special teams goal, a shorthanded goal, so the special teams are really coming into play for the Navy Midshipmen.
4 goals 5 minutes. Is there anything more beautiful than that? We still got 11:19 to go in the first period. We're just getting started here.
We are far from over. Grab your popcorn, get your water, stay hydrated. We got a long one.
Blaze Kilroy now behind the net for the Drexel Dragons. Kilroy tried to connect there with Eugene Lim. It'll go all the way down for an icing.
I'm curious to see how Drexel reacts. As you mentioned, we still have 50 minutes left in this game, a long way from over. And we saw that yesterday, waiting a while for the scoring to break open. Has broken open early now. Drexel can score, but will they start pressing this early? But they still have plenty of time.
At the dot now, right off the draw, a shot to score! Joe Kelly, 4-1 Navy.
Navy's not messing around. Navy is not messing around. Not even almost at the halfway mark of the first period. They already have 4 goals. Right off the face-off, the puck goes right back to Joe Kelly, and Joe Kelly rips it, and it's too hard for Jeremy Wick to handle, and Drexel is forced to take a timeout in the midst of this Navy onslaught.
A game that just moments ago seemed like it was just a matter of time before it opened up. Well, let's just say it's opened up. 5 goals under 6 minutes here. Offensive explosion by both teams. The Academy here with the 3-goal advantage. Now, Mike, while we have the break here, I want to talk with you about these two teams. So many ECHA selections. Obviously, Eugene Lim, second team. We got Nick Urbani, second team. Jeremy Wick. You got Matt Stamler was a first-team selection. Mike Churchvara, player of the year. Coming into this game, we had to expect a lot of talent level, but what is the key for one of these teams to slow each other down right now and kind of control the offense here, specifically Drexel?
I think Drexel really needs to focus on just making the simple passes and just getting the game. It'll start coming slowly. You're not going to get 3 goals in 2 minutes. It's possible, but it's not going to happen. So I think Drexel just has to take their time, ease their way back into this game, and find a way to slow Navy down, because Navy's just buzzing, and they have to be physical with them like Nova was yesterday, which threw Navy off a little bit throughout the game.
Derek Golembrowski trying to connect with Joe Kelly, who scored just moments ago. And now a redirect there. Almost caught the back of the net. That was Dylan Hart on the redirect. Navy gets it right back, though. Joe Kelly trying to connect with Matt Stamler. And now Mike Churchvara quick to change. Hart coming off there. Joined by him will be number 13, and Patrick McGinley. Fresh skaters on the ice for the Drexel Dragons. Playing up in the corner now for Navy, number 23, Heaton. Ross Hogan. Quick to get it back. That wasn't Ross Hogan. That was Andrew Douglas. And right back to it will be Navy. And played off the wall, kept in by the Dragons. Moving around with the puck right now for the Academy at Zhao. And now right back to it is Andrew Douglas moving through neutral ice. Douglas reaching the blue line, and an offsides will be called. Believe they caught Heaton there.
Yeah, just getting a step in before the puck. Navy's really buzzing right now. They're aggressive. You could tell that the way they're skating through the neutral zone. They were very fast in the middle of the ice yesterday, and I think Nova did a really good job staying with them by 1. They were fast as well through the neutral zone when they had the puck to wear down Navy on the defensive end, but they're also very physical with them, which I think is kind of a style that could kind of upset Navy. So I think they got to take a little bit out of Villanova's blueprint from yesterday.
Kyle Fiore there playing the puck. Right back to it on the rebound was Chris DiCarlo. I assume they're Italian.
I assume they're Italian as well. Yeah, Villanova, they had their fair share of Italian descent names. I think Drexel definitely has their fair share as well.
Nathan Runk on the draw there for the Dragons. Up in the corner playing with him was DiCarlo. And right back to it is Scasia. Scasia centering pass to Alex Vandenberg. Vandenberg sent one to the front of the net. Couldn't reach. And now right back in transition is the Dragons. Blaze Kilroy has it. Kilroy thought about passing it off to Fiore. He'll just play it in. Fiore now with the control. Up in a board battle with 2 Navy midshipmen. Nowhere to go. And Vandenberg right back to it. Vandenberg doing a little routine here behind the net. Drexel not fooled. And now a board battle will ensue. Let's see who gets out of this one alive. It will be Drexel, but we got a delayed penalty call coming up. That's a clean trip right there.
The refs don't have their arm up. They missed
really?
that. Yeah, they
wow.
missed that.
I could have sworn I saw a penalty there. Play will continue. My mistake.
Should have been a penalty, though. You're not wrong.
And Eugene Lim, check there. But a board battle with a midshipman. Trying to center it to his teammate was Aaron Carmichael. And right back into the Drexel zone we go. Trying to put a move on there was Weeth Cool. Now moving up here through neutral ice is Aaron Carmichael. Nifty move off the board. Plays it to himself, puts on the brakes. Sends it all back to the point and right into the glove of Luke Marcus. A shot there from Jamie Crane.
Yeah, I remember we were on a call for the Navy-Nova game, and we were talking about how the refs did a good job throughout the whole entire game, keeping it under control, when to call penalties, when not to call penalties. But that was a clear slash trip, if that makes sense. Either a slash or a trip you could have called there, bringing the Drexel player down, Aaron Carmichael. So that should have been a penalty, but Navy will take it.
One penalty in this game thus far. It was against Navy, and ironically they scored on it, 5-on-4 shorthanded. The game's first goal. We'll see as this game progresses how the special teams work. A shot that was sent to the front off a deflection by, I believe it was Eugene Lynn. And now played here by a Drexel Dragon. That's Jim McCollish. Sends one to the slot and into the breadbasket of Marcus. He had to be careful.
What recovery by Luke Marcus. That was amazing. There was a shot by Drexel. It goes off of Spike Burkhart. It's going to the net, but Luke Marcus, great lateral movement, comes across and it goes right into his chest. That could have been an own goal on Navy, but Luke Marcus, his awareness, his lateral quickness is there to recover and keep the puck out and preserve this 4-1 Navy lead.
At the dot now for the Dragons, number 13, Pat McGinley. Won the faceoff, sends it to McCallich. And now played off around the bend by Chris Hagan. Behind the Navy net now. Playing with it. Tried to connect across ice to Luke Turk. And right back to Navy. Puck will play in neutral ice. He'll connect with McCallich. McCallich tried to send one all the way to number 5 there on the play, Dylan Hart.
I think the way Drexel could get back to this game, they're kind of laying back just a little bit, I think waiting for Navy to get worn out. But what they can do, Navy in the neutral zone, especially now with Drexel kind of backpedaling, always going backwards, they're liking those cross neutral zone passes. And if you sleep on one of those and all of a sudden come up and pick it off, you got an odd man rush coming the other way, and that could lead for an easy goal.
And right off the draw there was a rip by Matt Stamler. Went high of the net. We'll get a face-off in the Drexel zone again.
Navy off these face-offs. Scored 1 goal off of it. Looking for a second.
Off the draw now, Midshipmen win. A pass that was sent to the front by the Academy. Couldn't reach. Now playing it back for Navy will be Ed Zhao. Zhao tried to connect with his teammate, Matt Stamler. This will go all the way back for an icing, though. 6:51 to go here in the first period. Navy out shooting Drexel 7-6. If you're just tuning in, we had the game's first goal on a shorthanded from Rozier for the Naval Academy. Dylan Hart right back for the Dragons. That is their only goal in this game thus far. A shot that was sent to the front by Nicholas Urbani. Couldn't reach. It'll remain in the Drexel zone. Both teams playing at even strength. Only one penalty in this game thus far. Came on a shorthanded. And falling to the ice for the Academy there was number 24, Joe Kelly. And the pass that was sent across ice, tried to reach a Drexel attack, couldn't. Matt Stamler there. And now played off by Andrew Douglas for the Academy. And right back to Joe Giannani. A pass that tried to reach McCallich there, just went wide high of the stick, and now Scasia will have an opportunity to set up his men. And now moving up is Zach Flagler for the Academy into neutral zone, ran right into Drexel defense, and Navy forced to redo that. Scasia trying to connect with Heaton. No icing on the play. Churchavara. A pass that tried to reach Carmichael, finally found its way, but right into a Navy defender. And now again, here come the Drexel Dragons. A shot by Lim went right to the glove of Marcus. Play will continue on here. Aaron Carmichael behind the net, putting on the turbo boosters. Plays it back. A shot that was sent to the slot there by number 19, Jamie Crane. And now McCallich here. A pass all the way across ice to Churchavara. Churchavara thought about it, put the brakes back on, and now he will regroup. Churchavara, a pass all the way back to Crane. Crane back to Churchavara. And Churchavara, a shot that tried to reach the slot but was blocked down in front by a Navy defender. Eugene Lim again. Play will continue. Mike Churchavara, a shot to the front of the net off the pad of Lucas Marcus, kept in by the Dragons. McCallich has kept this puck in 3 separate times on this unit right here.
Yeah, Navy paid a few times, not being able to get the puck out of the zone against Nova. I want to wonder if Drexel will make him pay here.
And now a pass across ice there from Carmichael. Tried to reach Eugene Lim, but was broken up. Navy finally able to get it out, and they'll get fresh legs on the ice. Churchavara moving up swiftly. Tried to connect on a pass with Nathan Runk, could not reach. And now Alex Vandenberg for the Academy. A little dump and chase action. And a pass that was pickpocketed there by Luke Turk. Recovered immediately. A shot that was sent to the slot. Almost reached, I believe, Jake Rozier on the play. And now Spike Burkhardt tried to get cheeky with it. Chris DiCarlo wasn't fooled. And to stoppage of play here.
It looks to be for a hand pass. We got 3:58 left in the first period. I asked you this question yesterday, Taylor, and I asked you again. Jersey assessment, go. What do you think of both teams?
Okay, yesterday we had a navy blue theme, which is it's kind of funny because today it seems to be a bit of a same occurrence here. We got the Drexel Dragons with the navy pants. Obviously, though, navy is on their jerseys, so I'm going to have to give credit where it's due. I'm a big supporter of our nation's military, so I'm going to go with the navy uniforms here if we're comparing. And a follow-up opportunity here from Alex Vandenberg, a centering pass by Luke Turk. Almost made this one 5-1. But I honestly, if I could be really I don't know how you assess a jersey when it comes to these type of things, but I almost like to see a lot on a jersey. I think the more creative you can get, the better. And I believe that Navy in this occurrence here, I think they just have a bit more creativity on their side.
Yeah, just a little bit. I like stripes. I definitely like that patch.
And a follow-up chance scores! Big Joe Kelly, 5-1 Navy.
That is the third time this period Navy has scored off a face-off play. Whether it's just winning it back, Joe Kelly rips it by Wick, or winning it back, and whether it be Rozier or Kelly driving to the net and punching one home, Navy has scored 3 of their 5 goals off of a face-off, so they're dominating in that aspect. Credit to the coaching there, probably drawing up some plays.
Not your average Joe was huge yesterday in the game against Villanova today, getting involved with a goal. Navy doing it all right now. Derek Golembrowski, the hero last night, playing up in the corner. And Navy tried to keep that in. A good defensive play there by a Drexel defender. I believe that was James Schickling. Playing off the wall for the Navy midshipmen, all the way to Matt Stamler. Stamler in a board battle here with Weeth Cool. Cool and Stamler both fall to the ice momentarily. James Schickling's got to go play it. Heaton quick to forecheck. Tried to punch it out here, but here comes Navy. Rozier with a shot that was sent to the front. And now coming all the way back to retrieve it will be Ed Zhao for the Academy. Trying to keep it in there was Jim McCallich. Played back Mark Churchavara, forced to regroup. And Churchavara's got to be careful. Almost pickpocketing in there was Andrew Douglas, and he got a good chip of that there. Almost was able to keep it in Navy zone, single-handedly. And McCallich playing the puck swiftly. Will wait for the offense to open up. Tried to connect with Carmichael, took a hop off his stick. Eugene Lim on the forecheck for the Dragons. Churchavara past that reach Lim. And a shot to the front by Mike Churchavara. Didn't hit a net. Alex Vandenberg playing with it now for the Academy. Out to get it was Luke Turk. And Vandenberg with a solid hit. We're going to get a penalty call here.
It's a big hit by Alex Vandenberg.
It almost went unnoticed. It seemed like both teams almost didn't see the hit. But from our angle, that was a mighty, mighty hit.
That was a big hit. And it's going to get a penalty for it. It's prime opportunity for Drexel to get back into the game, though. Very prime opportunity. They're going to close out this period on a man-up opportunity.
And down on the ice for the Dragons is Jamie Crane.
He just slammed his helmet. I don't know if he's hurt or mad. Looks like he may be bleeding.
Visibly upset. That was a huge, huge hit. You know, in situations like this, hockey obviously such a physical sport, but you never want to see a guy go down like that. The hit did not seem to be malicious by the Navy defender. It seemed to be just a head-on play that maybe it turned out from a different angle from the referee's perspective.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad, though. The way he fell into the board just made it look a little worse. And got some parents arguing over here, so they obviously don't either agree with the call or the hit, depending on which point of view you have. But not the cleanest hit, but definitely not the dirtiest, but definitely a penalty, and he's getting a 5-minute major for it. So the refs probably we were blocked off a good amount by the board, so we really couldn't see the whole thing. The refs probably had a better view, but they give a 5-minute major to him. That's what they have up on the board right now, which means Drexel can just plot in how many goals they want on the power play. It won't expire. Definitely
seems like there's some extra credit here beyond what we saw. Alex Vandenberg, number 9, the captain for the Naval Academy. He's coming out of the box now. I think they may just send him to the locker room. And I believe they will. So the 5-minute major still stands. Alex Vandenberg heading off to the locker room for the Naval Academy. And now Jamie Crane receiving treatment.
He may have had a misconduct, a game misconduct.
That's what I was thinking. There's a good possibility of that.
Sounded like that. Couldn't fully make out the PA announcer. We will find out.
Which would be huge. Alex Vandenberg, such an impact player for the Academy.
Navy's captain. It's a huge deal.
And now a shot that was sent to the front there could not reach. Number 27, Kyle Weller. Back to retrieve it is Nicholas Urbani. Urbani right back to Chris Hagan. And across ice to Kyle Weller. Weller now playing the puck. Thought about passing it to Hagan, won't. And back to Weller. At the top, a pass that reached Hagan, could not connect on it. And now Urbani, second team ECHA. Someone to the slot, scores! Nicholas Urbani takes advantage.
This is the opportunity for Drexel to get back in the game. They do a good job on the power play, working around the perimeter. They got all the time in the world. They have a 5-minute major power play, so they can score as many times as they want. Good job by them getting the first good shot. And seeing whole shot goes through. There's 2 sticks trying to deflect it. Dylan Hart was in on that scrum trying to deflect it, but it looked like it went undeflected as Drexel goal 5-2.
A fantastic shot that was sent to the point from Chris Hagan. Amazing setup, amazing shot by Urbani. This game's now 5-2 with 1:04 to go here in the first period. 4:05 still left on that penalty to Alex Vandenberg. And now Mike Churchvar, ECHA Player of the Year, moving up with it. Sent to James Schickling. Schickling moving up the left wing. Someone to the front of the net could not reach. And now Churchvar forced to play. And broken up there by the Navy defense. Number 22 for the Academy. I believe that was Daniel Fisher. Fisher not had a huge presence yesterday in the Villanova game. Has been on the ice a good amount tonight. And now moving up is Eugene Lim with a heavy shot right to the breadbasket of Lucas Marcus. Could not play the puck. So we will continue. Churchvara now. A pass all the way to Carmichael. Carmichael tried to put a shot on. Now Lim will play back to Churchvara and to Lim. Lim, the load up, a shot to the front, and a save by Luke Marcus.
Drexel's pressuring now. They feel it. They know the opportunity they have in their palm. They're only down 3 with 15 seconds left in the first, but they have a 5-minute major power play, and they're just peppering Luke Marcus. Lim with some wicked shots, getting a lot of emphasis on him and putting him in a lot of hard places to sort of handcuff Marcus. But Marcus does a great job of fighting them off and keeping Navy's 3-goal lead.
Kyle Zoldi, ECHA Coach of the Year for the Drexel Dragons. You know he's not going to let his team give up too easily in a game like this. Probably had some nice words to say for them when they went to that penalty or when that last timeout happened.
Yep, had a timeout.
It seems like Drexel, ever since that timeout, has really woken up in this game.
Yeah, the game sort of evened out. It bounced out after that timeout. I believe Navy got 2 goals still after that timeout. But Drexel has fought back a little bit better, and this power play is a good chance for them to get their hands going, get their feet going, get the attack mindset going, get their hands moving. And so it's a good opportunity to get their offense flowing, and I'm sure Coach Kyle Zoldi will be emphasizing that in the first intermission.
It looks like Derek Golembrowski was going to play the face-off. He still may. It's hard to tell. I think he's going to skate off here, and he will. So Kyle
Yep.
Turk here now playing the face-off for the Academy. Or Luke Turk, excuse me. Bit of a confusion here. And now skating back on the ice is Jake Rozier, who has 2 goals in this game. Now Rozier is going to go back up. So now this is, I think, the 3rd separate time Golembrowski has skated on and off. And
Interesting. It's not an icing or anything, so I wonder why the refs are dictating Navy's lines.
And I think after United Nations meeting, we're finally going to get... There's a bit of a confusion here. I've never seen anything like this in a hockey game.
I think Navy's going to get a penalty for a face-off infraction. Wow.
I have never, and I mean never, seen that before.
All right, so I'm going to give it my best chance to break it down. I don't know why the refs were in first place telling which Navy player should be out on the ice, because it wasn't an icing or anything like that. So there's no Navy player designated to be on the ice. So it took a little bit for Navy to come out, which automatically gave them a face-off fraction for taking too long. So they got a delay fraction. Then another Navy player comes in and takes a face-off, jumps when the ref jitters his hand with the puck in it, and he gets a face-off infraction right there. 2 face-off infractions back-to-back. That's a penalty. I believe so, and that's what it looks like. But there's only 2 Navy players on the ice right now.
I believe we're going to get 5.
Confusing.
I think we're going to get 5 on 3
Yeah, it
here.
looks like it'll be a 5 on 3. That's what they have up on the scoreboard with 5 seconds left, but they'll have that to start the second period.
A game that was led by Navy. Struck first, went up 4-1 at one point, was 5-1. Drexel right back, and the first period of hockey is under our belts.
Very interesting first period, Taylor.
We have played 20 minutes of hockey. We still got 40 more. The Naval Academy lead the Drexel Dragons 5-2 in the ECHA semifinals. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We got 2 more periods of hockey coming right your way from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. 1 period of hockey under our belts here, Mike. We got the Naval Academy up on the Drexel Dragons 5-2 in the ECHA semifinals. Wow.
Yeah. Hockey.
Wow.
Hockey's fun, isn't it?
I don't even know where to start. I mean, 7 goals in total that period. We had a game misconduct. We had a delay of game penalty, something I had never seen before. What, out of everything in that period, caught your eye the most?
I think just this level of hockey, how we see set plays off of face-offs. And Navy got 3 goals off of set plays off of face-offs. Joe Kelly got 2 of them. One of them he took a shot after the face-off was won. The other one he crashed the net, slammed home a loose puck. Connor Hyden did the same on the first goal when they're in fact shorthanded. Alex Vandenberg won the face-off, pushed it towards the net, then Hyden punched it home. So it's just amazing to see how Navy had 3 set play face-offs and they scored 3 goals off of them. So I thought that was really interesting to me.
Coming into the second period here, it will still be 5-on-3 hockey. As I mentioned, the game misconduct for Alexander Vandenberg on the Naval Academy. He will be eligible tomorrow if Navy is to advance to the championship, but a big loss for the Academy in a game this tight.
Yeah, that is big. He's their captain. He had 2 assists in the first period. He had a goal yesterday and an assist, so he is definitely a big part of their offense, a big part of their leadership core, being the captain. So that will be a big loss, and especially when Drexel has a 5-on-3 power play to start the second period. Vandenberg got a 5-minute major, so Drexel can just slot as many goals as they want. So that's an easy ticket for the Drexel Dragons to get back in the game. So that is a hard pill to swallow if you're Navy Midshipmen.
The Drexel Dragons, obviously the 1 seed coming into today, only 3 losses on the season. I think it goes without saying the talent level is nothing but excessive on this team. There's no absence of talent. They have the capability to get back in this game, but they're down 3 goals right now, Mike. What do they got to do to get back in it?
I think they just got to keep pressuring. They really have to capitalize on this power play opportunity. They have a 5-on-3 for basically 2 minutes to start the second period on a fresh sheet of ice. The puck's going to be moving around fast. If they can get a slot, an early goal, it's only a 2-goal game where you have upwards of 35 minutes left to play. So you still got a lot of time. Drexel, in fact, has had Navy's number the whole season. They played twice. They won both times by at least a 3-goal margin. So Drexel has had the Midshipmen's number, so it's just a matter of capitalizing on the opportunities that are presented. Then they'll be back in this game in no time.
This Navy attack is ferocious. 2 goals last night in under 2 minutes to lead them to a 3-2 victory over Villanova. We know they're capable of scoring, and we know their offense is legit. But to win in hockey, you got to play 3 periods. So what does the Naval Academy got to do to keep up this pace that they've had so well all game?
They just got to keep flying through the neutral zone. They do a great job once they're in the neutral zone, flying through it, getting in the offensive zone, and their worker bees in the offensive zone. So if they keep doing that against Nova, that offensive zone persistence has paid off. Against Drexel, it paid off 5 times in the first period. So not as much as it did against Villanova, but they keep pressuring. They can maybe slide an extra goal or 2 for insurance, but first things first, they have to kill this penalty because this is the biggest momentum point of the game. Well, after this game, we're going to look back on this extended power play time for Drexel, and that is going to be the deciding factor no matter who wins or loses.
Well, if you don't mind, we still got 2 more periods of hockey to go. The Naval Academy up 5-2 right now on the Drexel Dragons in the ECHA semifinals. Winner will play tomorrow in the championship. Don't you go anywhere. We're right back on the call right after this.
Well, let's ride into the sunset.
And we are back here at Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. First period was a lot to handle. Let's hope for more of that in the second. The Naval Academy, 5-2 advantage over the Drexel Dragons. 5-on-3 hockey will continue.
Takeaway from the first period, Taylor, hockey is fun.
Hockey is a very, very fun sport indeed, Mike. Nicholas Urbani scored the second goal for the Drexel Dragons. We'll pass that off to Dylan Hart. Has another goal, 2 goal scorers on the ice. A one-time shot there, a follow-up opportunity for the Dragons. Another one sent to the front by Dylan Hart. On the rip for the Dragons was number 22, Chris Hagan.
Drexel had a chance for a second, third opportunity maybe to get the puck in front of the net again, but Marcus sliding from post to post knocked his net off its moorings, which deems play illegal, and we have a face-off.
At the dot for the Navy Midshipmen, number 10, Connor Heaton. It turns out Connor originally wears number 12, wearing number 10 today. Our apologies. We thought Jake Rozier was the 2 goal scorer. So it actually turns out Connor Heaton scored those 2 goals for the Naval Academy. So Heaton's got 2 on the stat sheet today.
He was buzzing yesterday, so it was a matter of time before he broke out in Westchester.
Best place to break out in America. Chris Hagan, number 22 now. A pass to Kyle Weller, back to Hagan. And to Nicholas Urbani. Back to Hagan, to Urbani. Urbani, a shot to the front of the net, blocked down by Heaton. And now played behind for Jeremy Wick. And Urbani moving up through the neutral zone. Putting on a check there for the Naval Academy was Joe Kelly. He has 2 goals on the day.
Interesting. So Mike Churchavara, the ECHA Player of the Year, is just now coming onto the ice when you started the second period with a fresh sheet of ice on a 5-on-3. So interesting to see if he's on the second power play unit or that was just the way the shifts went.
Neat thing about Mike Churchavara being the ECHA Player of the Year is Kyle Zoldy's also the ECHA Coach of the Year, and he knows how to coach.
Yeah, so shouldn't question too much.
And now right here is Aaron Carmichael, right back to Eugene Lim. A one-time shot from the office. Mike Churchavara, Luke Marcus was not fooled.
Yeah, that's why I took notice of him not being out there on that last power play. They had a left-handed shot in the same exact spot Churchavara was at, so they couldn't do a one-timer like that. And I was wondering, a nice right-handed shot would be good right there. Oh, wait, Mike Churchavara, ECHA Player of the Year, could fill that. So I was wondering where he was at.
Cam Neely at the dot now for the Drexel Dragons. Moving with it now into the slot. Had to be careful. Eugene Lim's going to gather the puck now. Pass all the way to Churchavara. Churchavara at the slot. Couldn't reach. Playing up in the boards now is Brendan Reynolds. And now kept in the Drexel zone. It's Churchavara dancing with it. Churchavara makes Reynolds miss. Pass to Carmichael. Carmichael connecting with Schickling. Back to Churchavara. And right there at the doorstep was number 25, Cam Neely. Couldn't put it in.
5-on-4 for another minute. Drexel missed out on the 5-on-3 op.
Now skating up with it is Cam Neely trying to reach in the battle with Brendan Reynolds on the board. Played by Carmichael. Carmichael will pass to Eugene Lim. Lim, the pull of the trigger, could not reach. And Carmichael will keep play going. Carmichael now. Pass to Schickling. Schickling thought about taking it himself. Put the wraparound opportunity. And Reynolds is right there to make the play. We got a stoppage.
And Navy doing a good job killing his penalty, keeping Drexel to the outside as much as they can on a 5-on-3, not letting them to get too close. The most stage opportunity was Mike Churchavara's one-timer from the top of the circle, though, so it's something that is very savable. And so Navy got to give them a lot of credit for really mustering through this and killing this off and taking any momentum Drexel could have had and putting in the neutral zone.
Dylan Hart, 2 goals on the day for the Drexel Dragons. Dylan Hart's responsible for one of those. Waiting for a face-off now. Net was put off its moorings. And now the officials will try to perform some surgery here, make sure everything's all good.
Yeah, not the best moorings. Not like the ones like in the NHL where there's a hole and you put a peg. So they're not as sturdy as that. I don't know if they're magnets or what they are. Nothing like the NHL grade, I guess you can say.
Great crowd here today for the ECHA semifinals. We saw a phenomenal crowd last night. Villanova falling to this Navy Midshipmen team 3-2. Derek Golombroski was the hero in that game, scored 2 goals under 2 minutes for the Academy.
Game-tying and game-winning goal. The crowd, compared to yesterday, isn't really anything like yesterday. We really don't have the student section that Villanova brought out, but still definitely a very engaged crowd. You can definitely tell that. It's buzzing in here.
Engaged indeed. One on the draw by Hart. A shot that was sent all the way across ice. On the rip was Chris Egan. And now in a battle behind the boards trying to dance around is Pat McGinley. Finally reaches all the way back, Nick Urbani. And sent all the way back to Jim McCallich, now handling is Urbani. All the way to Hagan, a fire, couldn't reach above the net. Tried to keep it in, was Nick Urbani, could not. On the defense there was Turk for the Academy. And now Turk will skate off. Navy's going to get fresh legs. Spike Burkhardt tried to poke check it. Connor Hayden involved as well. And with it now is Joe Kelly. And he dumps it out. Penalty is off. 5-on-5 hockey. We shall. Now,
Navy still without their captain, though, but
Alex
they get kill off the
Vandenberg.
major.
Alex Vandenberg, number 9, as Mike did mention, not in the game. Let's see how this plays out. Matt Stamler is an ECHA Player of the Year, a first-team selection. Put a nice shot, just couldn't reach. Luke Marcus now thought about playing that off to his teammate, Ross Hogan, but he'll think twice, and we will get a face-off in the Navy zone.
But with the rest, with his arm up, I think if Marcus didn't touch that, that would have been icing. So maybe a mistake. Drexel does get an offensive zone face-off when it should be 200 feet the other way.
William Patterson will be taking on Westchester right here later on tonight. J.J. Michalski and Jay Niemeyer on the call for that one. William Patterson just left the fan section here to scout their opponents, potential opponent. They have to handle their business later on. And an icing will be called, so we're going to face off all the way back in the Navy zone.
Yeah, a lot of enticing matchups we got here. Yesterday, William Patterson Temple, while that game was 6-2, it was a very tight, hard-checking matchup. Navy Nova yesterday, that game just speaks for itself, 3-2, electrifying game. And today we have a really good matchup so far.
On the face-off draw for the Drexel Dragons, it's Aaron Carmichael. In a tango here with Golombroski. And it's Casilla just trying to dump that one out. Sandler there to help him out, but Drexel able to play it back in. Up in the wall now is Carmichael, tangled up with Golombroski. And now played out by Joe Kelly. Little dump and chase action here. Matt Sandler trying to retrieve. Eugene Lim now swiftly plays it all the way to Aaron Carmichael into the neutral zone. Carmichael moving up the right wing. And now Mike Churchvara plays it behind the cage. Churchvara pumps the brakes twice on Ross Hogan. Eugene Lim there to help him out. 2-16s battling it out. Couldn't reach Carmichael. And Carmichael now putting on the brakes. Brings it all the way back to that corner. Looking for Eugene Lim. Ross Hogan was there to break it up for the Academy. And now skating with it is Zach Flagler. He'll send it all the way to Scassia. Scassia to Hayden. Hayden a shot to the slot. And played back into the Navy zone behind the cage. Joseph Giannani.
Kind of looks like we're in the lull we were in the beginning of the first period before the floodgates open. So I'm interested to see whoever does score first here in the second period if they just open a barrage of goals.
And now playing with it for the Academy, number 8, Jeffrey Wu. Not to be confused with number 9, Alex Vandenberg, who will not be returning in this game. Behind the cage now, playing at for Drexel, number 26, Mike Corkery. Now in a board battle, Navy bench getting enthused here. Jeremy Wick, second team ECHA goalie. Faced a lot of action today, but this period he's had a pretty easy job on his hands.
Yeah, pretty easy job. Only faced 3 shots this period, so nothing too daunting for the goalie.
And we're going to get a penalty call here. That was James Schickling falling to the ice. I believe it was Ed Zhao, Ed Zhao was actually the one who had a timely penalty last night versus Villanova.
Yep.
Villanova did score a goal, put them out in front in that game 2-1.
Yep, that was in the third period. Very timely penalty. Drexel has a timely power play. They did early in the second period were unable to capitalize. They have not scored any goals on the power play yet so far. They're 0 for 3. Now their fourth power play opportunity with 14:04 left in the second period.
Face-off draw here in Navy territory. Dylan Hart tangled up on the face-off with Stamler. Easy play there for the Academy. Stamler in a race to get back. And we're going to get a penalty call right back. 4-on-4 hockey coming your way. What was that, 6-7 seconds?
Yeah, not even 9 to be exact. And Drexel just kills any opportunity they had, but maybe not the worst thing in the world while you did just squander a power play opportunity. It is 4-on-4 open ice, which means for a lot of skating room, which means usually you get a lot of offense out of it. Navy was pretty attack heavy in the 4-on-4, brief 4-on-4 segment they had with Villanova yesterday. I wonder if Drexel can keep the speed with the Midshipmen.
At the face-off, Derek Golombroski could not win it. Controlled now by Churchvara. Churchvara using his speed to his advantage right through the neutral zone, just deking around defenders. Easy play there for Brendan Reynolds, pinned him back into the corner. And now Reynolds will move up with it through the neutral zone. Reynolds trying to get a handle on it. Tried to center it for his teammate, Matt Stamler, couldn't reach him. Stamler there to break it up, retrieved by Dylan Hart. And now Dylan Hart moving into the Navy zone. Everyone on side, play continues. Dylan Hart tried to backpedal, ran right back into Matt Stamler, so Navy easy to take it right back. And now it'll be Reynolds passing it off to Golombroski. He'll dish it right back to Stamler. Golombroski able to swat it, keep it in. And back into neutral ice on the chase is Eugene Lim for the Dragons. Eugene Lim in a battle there with Scasia. Scasia passes it to Stamler. Stamler around the bucket. No icing will be called. Connor Hayden there to retrieve for the Academy. Hayden pinned up in the boards. And a battle with number 10, Blaze Kilroy. Joe Kelly, 2 goals in this game, looking to get a hat trick right here. Number 24 handling the puck for the Academy. Back to Hayden. Couldn't handle that one in. They're forced to regroup, and now handling it will be Ross Hogan. 12:25 to go here in the second period. 30 seconds left on the Drexel penalty, 18 left on the Navy. Navy's going to have a brief advantage here for about 10 seconds. And now Drexel right to the slot. Eugene Lim put a shot, and it rings around. A follow-up opportunity, scores! Eugene Lim, 5-3.
Well, Marcus did a good job of getting his blocker on Lim's initial shot. Then he got a glove on a follow-up opportunity, but the puck stayed along the ice, and it just squeaked through his legs. And Lim's stick was in the right place at the right time. No Navy defender / Luke Marcus could locate that puck, and he slams it home. And Drexel is only within 2 goals now.
A game that seemed like it was Navy's to lose. Started out slow. The scoring happened when Navy scored on a 5-on-4. Here we are with 12:07 to go in the second period. It's 5-3. We got a 2-goal game. 10 seconds to remain on that power play. Navy will get a brief advantage. Probably won't matter here. I think a draw is going to probably come in the Drexel zone.
Credit Drexel, though. They keep fighting. They're not getting their spirits up, even though they missed a great opportunity beginning of the second period on an extended power play. They keep chipping away at it, keep getting pucks in deep, and keep trying. So credit to them. Now they're only down 2 goals.
Joe Kelly wins the face-off. Right to Brendan Reynolds. Back to Stamler. Stamler, a little fancy move, tried to connect with Kelly. Stamler again. Trying to forecheck, keep this one here for Navy. Wick tried to cover that one up with a glove, could not. Able to dump that out is James Schickling for the Drexel Dragons. Now Spike Burkhardt trying to play it for the Naval Academy. Burkhardt looking to connect with his 2-goal scoring teammate there, Joe Kelly. Burkhardt just so happens to come across the puck again. Up here now, Drexel, Schickling, trying to connect on a pass to Kyle Fiore. Now Spike Burkhardt, pinned up against the boards, will reach Reynolds for the moment. Reynolds just trying to poke that one to his teammate, Joe Kelly. And now Reynolds in transition, moving through the neutral zone, sent one back to Golembrowski. Reynolds again tried to follow up in the slot. No goal.
Early whistle again. That happened in Navy.
That's twice.
Same net, same side, same period. Same.
Wow.
That happened again. Navy just had a goal waved off because referee lost sight of the puck. It was still loose. Navy was buzzing around it, but the ref didn't see it. No goal. It's still a 2-goal game.
So 5-3 here in the second period. 10:53 to go. Navy almost made a deficit back to 3, or Drexel, excuse me, cut this deficit to 2. Navy almost increased that right back to 3. This is some back and forth hockey at its finest.
This really is. This game has a lot of it. This game has it all.
Sent from the point there. A shot from Ed Zhao. Right back into neutral ice and back into the netting. Played off there by Douglas off the stick of Jamie Crane. Or, excuse me, not Jamie Crane. I believe that was Pat McGinley.
Well, we have some even strength hockey. I wonder where Navy's mindset's at. I'm definitely want to extend the lead, of course. And, of course, if you're Drexel, you want to come back. But I wonder which team's going to be the aggressor here. Is Drexel going to still take their time and just be cautious about their approach of getting back in this game, where they're going to be gung-ho, which they really haven't committed to yet? But I'm interested to see what's Navy's aggression level as this game progresses.
Face-off's going to come all the back into the Navy zone. Shot advantage is in favor of Drexel, 17-14. This first period definitely had a lot, Mike, but it seems like this period, and I don't want to jinx anything here because last time I talked, the scoring opened up, but it does seem like maybe this is the period that's a bit more defensive than offensive.
Yeah, because I don't think neither team wants to overcommit, because you can easily be Navy's like, oh, I want to extend my lead. We can score, then you overcommit, and Drexel's right back in it. But if you're Drexel, all gun-ho and scoring, get back in this game, you could overcommit, and Navy could blow it open even more. So I feel like it's both teams not trying to give an inch, while trying to take the whole pie.
I do like pie, Mike.
I do like pie, too.
And now played here by the Drexel Dragons. That was number 10, Blaze Kilroy. Tried to connect with a teammate. Goes right back to Luke Turk. Hiding in front. Racing to it for the Naval Academy. And now a follow-up opportunity was Luke Turk there. And another caught his own rebound. Tried to put one in the back of the net. Playing with it was number 8 there, Jeffrey Wu, right along the side of Turk. And now right back into neutral ice. Navy able to dump it back in there, get a couple of fresh legs on the ice. Drexel trying to take advantage of the line change, trying to connect with Eugene Lim, who scored just moments ago for Drexel, could not reach. And so Navy right back to it. In a board battle now is Church Barrow with Joe Kelly. Now playing it as Ross Hogan. Hogan able to connect with Matt Stamler. Stamler tried to put a move on, couldn't reach it. And now playing with it, the Drexel Dragons, number 23, Nathan Runk. Runk, a pass that was sent all the way to Kyle Fiore. And right back into the hands of Stamler. Able to stay on side there was Golembrowski. Play will continue. Played right off back the boards for Drexel. Just tried to get one out there. Could not do that. That was Fiore right there. And now Mike Church-Vara, kind of between his skates, picked up by a Navy defenseman. It was Joe Kelly and a save by Jeremy Wick. Church-Vara trying to backpedal on that play. Believe he lost that one in his skates.
Yeah, he lost sight of it. It was in his skates. It bounced around a little bit. Joe Kelly found it.
And now on transition is Fiore. Fiore trying to settle it. Could not reach. And broken up on the play was Ross Hogan. Quick to pick it back up was Andrew Douglas for the Academy. Douglas tried to pass it to Zach Flagler. Flagler skates around Wheat Cool. Kept in barely for a second by Douglas. Falling to the ice there was number 5, Dylan Hart, who has a goal in this game. Hart a bit frustrated. And quick to the puck now, number 23, Nathan Hayden. Kept in there by Spike Burkhardt. And right back to Dylan Hart. Broken up, though, was Spike Burkhardt. He was waiting for it. Navy trying to get a line change. They will get one. Drexel got one there just a moment ago. We got fresh legs on the ice. with 7:38 to go in the second period. And now playing with it in transition is Navy. We got 3-on-1 here. Reynolds trying to pass it to his teammate Jeffrey Wu, and Reynolds took a shot. And now there's Spike Burkhardt. Burkhardt trying to send one to the slot, was blocked down in front by number 13 on Drexel, Pat McGinley. Hagen there for the Dragons, immediately broken up by Reynolds. And now Jeffrey Wu handling the puck for the Midshipmen. Wu sends one to the slot. Follow-up opportunity there from Luke Turk. Turk, and a shot to score! Hat trick, Connor Hayden!
Beautiful, beautiful persistence from Navy. They've been the aggressor these last few minutes, and it pays off. Connor Hayden finds himself in the front of the net, takes a pass from Jeffrey Wu. He's got a stick in the right position. Jeremy Wicks too caught up going back and forth. Connor Hayden has him. Jeremy Wicks out of position, just taps in the net, and Navy is double the goal total of the Drexel Dragons.
Connor Hayden now officially a member of the Lids Rewards program. 3 goals on the night for the Academy. 6-3 the advantage over Drexel. Playing it off the board there was Derek Golembrowski. 21 shots in favor here of the Academy to Drexel's 17. Church Vara up in neutral ice. Plays it through the dots and right to the glove of Luke Marcus.
I wonder at what point, still got the second period, I'm assuming this point comes in the third period. Well, what point is the panic button pushed on the Drexel bench? Because I'm sure, Drexel's coach has it, Kyle Zoldi, he has it right behind him, he has the red panic button somewhere. When does he press that? When is the time he presses that? Still think he got a little bit, but I mean, if Navy gets another one, you might have to press it sooner rather than you think.
Right off the draw there was Jamie Crane, who took a huge shot earlier back in the game. A one-time shot there by Carmichael off the blocker of Marcus. Mike Church-Vara trying to play it off the glass. That puck's stuck on the glass. This game is that and then some, isn't it, Mike?
We're getting it all. We're getting everything we want to see. Game misconducts, hits, goals, great goalie saves, some good defense, some chippy play, some weird puck bounces.
Delay of games, can't forget that.
Questionable officiating. We have it all, Taylor.
We got it all right here at the ice line in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Mike Church-Vara from the dot set one to the front. Luke Marcus with a very nice save there.
He snags that glove hand. Whenever that puck's in there, he snaps that wrist. Makes it a little bit fancier than it actually was, but it's for show, but it was a good save. Had the glove in the right position.
6:24 to go here in the second period of this ECHA semifinal matchup between Drexel and Navy. No shortage of scoring in this one. 9 goals in total combined from both of these teams. Eugene Lim with a shot from almost point-blank range there, couldn't reach. And now right to the slot on the follow-up opportunity was Lim.
Lim's been buzzing. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets one for Drexel before this game ends.
And now playing it on the board for the Naval Academy, number 14, Joseph Gianni. Right back to get it for the Academy, putting on the brakes is Ed Zhao. Zhao played it all the way to Nathan Heaton. Heaton's brother Connor has 3 goals in this one. 3 of the 6 total for the Academy. Joe Kelly with the other 2. And now playing up on the boards here, Carmichael pinned up with Nathan Heaton. Puck able to be kept in here. Played at a weird angle for Nicholas Urbani. So Urbani's got to think twice here. He'll play it over to ECHA Player of the Year, Mike Church-Vara. And now here comes Carmichael. 2-on-1 developing. Aaron Carmichael, a pass to Lim, and a save by Marcus. Luke Marcus.
That's why you do calf raises. That's why you do any workout for your lower legs. Luke Marcus is showing great lower body strength, stretching all the way to his left. Drexel player couldn't get too much on the shot, but he stretches the leg. He tries to slide under the pad, but Marcus does a good job of closing that pad just long enough to get that whistle and keep Drexel off the board.
Face-off won by Runk, but Turk immediately right there. Falling to the ice now in transition is Connor Hayden. Hayden right to the slot, puts on a move, and a save by Wick! Back-to-back phenomenal saves. Played by Scasia, kept in the Drexel zone. 4:57 to go here in the second. And now right back to Drexel, it's Fiore. Fiore moving up the right wing. Just tries to dump that one back in on the retrieval with Jim McCowich. involved was Nathan Runk. It went right back to Navy. Waiting at the blue line was Connor Hyden. Hyden with a shot went just high of the right post.
He had that corner, almost sniped it.
And now Hyden in the battle reaches Golembrowski. 2 goals last night for the Academy. But Drexel easy dump out. Navy forced to retrieve. .22 shots are even in this one, Mike. Honestly, I think that may be the first time I've ever noticed in a game. You know how shots are even, but I've never really noticed, in a game, even shots at one time. It's usually like I'm always one off or two off.
There's actually a couple minutes earlier, 17 apiece. I should have mentioned that to you. I'll definitely keep an eye on it from here on out.
It's like when your clock says 10:59 and you stare at your clock, and the second you take your eyes off it turns to 11, and you're ticked off.
Know exactly what you're talking about.
Puck is played now in the Drexel zone right here as Matt Stamler. Stamler looked to skate that one to the slot, goes right back to the right wing. And now here with the puck is Brendan Reynolds. Reynolds trying to pass that one off. On the defense, though, for the Dragons was Nathan Runk. And right back is Spike Burkhardt. Burkhardt a pass to Stamler. Stamler a nice move and a shot that went off the blocker. And it scores! Matthew Stamler, 7-3 Navy.
Well, that must be tough if you're Drexel. Unfortunately, for number 29 in white, Jim Malekik bounces off the boards after Stamler shoots it. Malekik tries to knock it down with his glove. He knocks it down, but into his own net. And unfortunately, that is Navy's 7th goal, and it looks like we will have a goalie change. Jeremy Wick is coming out for number 30, Dylan Gravenson.
So Jeremy Wick.
Dylan Gravenstein.
Jeremy Wick, 21-3-1 on the season, 90.9% save percentage, 2.72 goals allowed per game. An ECHA Player of the Year nominee, a second-team selection, is now exiting the game in the second period with 3:47 to go.
7 goals on 24 shots. The interesting thing is that this game seems very offensive. It seems like each team has 40 shots, but in reality, Navy only has 24 shots. But here's the thing. They have insanely high danger scoring opportunities. All their scoring opportunities are insanely dangerous right in front of the blue crease, in front of the Drexel goalie. So that's why they have 7 goals, not necessarily Drexel's bad goalie play, because you can't call it bad.
Drexel trying to create more quality opportunities there. They almost had one a moment ago. That was Chris Hagan there trying to center his pass to his teammate, Nicholas Urbani, who has a goal in this game. And an icing will be called.
The only thing that Jeremy Wick didn't do, he didn't make that extra save. He made a couple of those, but he didn't make that extra save like Luke Marcus did. Like Luke Marcus stretching out that leg, closing the pad in time, making those couple blocker saves. One point he made 3 quick saves in a row in quick fashion off of rebounds, but Wick wasn't doing that for Drexel, and he gets pulled, but more so probably trying to get the team back into play.
A face-off won there by Dylan Hart right back to Church Bar, was blocked down in front by Nathan Heaton. Right back to the Navy zone for a face-off. Mike, our public address announcer tonight.
He's killing the Hawks, isn't he, Taylor?
He's killing it. He's killing it. I mean, the Killers are a good compromise, I feel, for all audiences.
Oh, yeah, I think the Killers definitely go all around for everybody, for every single age.
Definitely.
In the stands.
Kyle Weller there on the face-off. Off the shot there was Jamie Crane right into the pad of Luke Marcus, so we're going to do that over again.
Do that over again, which means another song choice for the PA announcer.
Oh, I think this is Fall Out Boy. This is old Fall Out Boy.
So good Fall Out Boy.
There's a huge difference.
There's a very huge difference between old and new Fall Out Boy.
There definitely is. Evidential. Back at the dot here is Kyle Weller with Connor Hyden, who has a hat trick in this game. Almost made it 5 minutes ago. Luke Turk now playing up against the boards. Tried to send one to the slot. Couldn't reach Jeffrey Wu. Kept in there by Spike Burkhardt. Wu now with a pass to his teammate. Couldn't reach. I think that was Connor Hyden. He was trying to pass it to reach Turk. Blocked down in front off a deflection and into the pads of the Drexel goaltender. We're definitely going to need a name check on that. I believe it's Dylan Gravenstein.
Yep, Dylan Gravenstein.
Okay.
That's what I have down here on the sheet they gave us.
Well, he was 8-0 on the year from what I can see on my stat sheet. He played in 10 games.
He only had a 2.77 goals against average and a 90.7 save percentage.
Which would make sense,
Not like, too far off of Wick.
Well, like in baseball, like the winner is not always the starting pitcher. He's not always the winning pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would sort of formulate that to be the same in occurrence like this. But he is 8-0 on the season. Reliable goaltender. Drexel obviously has a lot of confidence in him in a situation like this to bring him in. Now playing up on the boards is Eugene Lim. And we got a delayed penalty call coming.
Yeah, that was a good old hit from behind. And is Drexel trying to get a little physical? They took a little long. I think they waited too long. There's 2 minutes left in the second period. You're down 4. Now you're starting to get a little physical. I think Nova, really the whole entire game, they were physical. I think Drexel could have been a little bit more physical earlier about it, but I think it's a little too late.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ECHA Hockey and to follow our live stream on the ECHA Hockey YouTube channel. Mike and I are broadcasting. Follow all that. Subscribe to our channel, social media too. We got a good presence with that. Amazing weekend of hockey here. It's just the semifinals.
Live tweeting all the games with some gifts. We got stories going up after the games. We're going to clip highlights together after each broadcast has concluded. And we got each game live to you on the ECHA Broadcast Network on YouTube.
So now Luke Turk tried to send one to the slot there. Keeping it in was Skasia. Now playing it is Golembrowski. Golembrowski, a pass that tried to reach Turk. Once again kept in by Skasia. Skasia now a pass to the other Hayden. Playing it in behind the net with it is Luke Turk. Eventually reaches the stick of Golembrowski, who controls it momentarily. Now moving all the way up the board to Andrew Douglas. A pass here from Nate Hayden to Skasia. An easy little thrifty shot that almost got a deflection, but Gravenstein will control.
Yeah, Gravenstein just held on, almost got pushed back into his own net. That looked to be Andrew Douglas for Navy was pushing in, couldn't see the number, but he was pushing Gravenstein into the net, but Gravenstein just held his ground enough. Puck was covered enough, ref blew his whistle.
At the dot, Connor Hayden, only hat trick out of any player in this building right now. Has 3 on the night for the Academy. They got 7 total on the scoreboard.
First hat trick of the 2019 playoffs.
Definitely. And a shot that was sent to the slot, tried to reach the stick of Jeffrey Wu, was broken up by Eugene Lim. Now playing it up the boards is Hayden. Hayden a pass to Stamler. Stamler sent one to the front, went off the top of Gravenstein. Blocked down in front, play continues. A pass to the side. Amazing save! Connor Hayden had number 4 on his mind. Gravenstein had something else.
That's what Jeremy Wick wasn't doing. That's the only thing. Jeremy Wick was holding his own, but he just couldn't make that save. He just wasn't making that kind of save when Drexel needed it. And Gravenstein comes through.
Matt Stamler almost put the brakes on, decided to keep the acceleration going. Won't matter anyway. We're going to get an icing back in Navy zone.
That could be a pivotal moment in this game, even if Drexel doesn't come back, even if they make it a game out of this, even if this game finishes 7-6, Navy wins, that moment will be big if Drexel were to come back in this game, because if you think Navy goes there, scores there, it's 8-3 heading into second intermission with only 1 period to play. How positive can you think when you're down 5 with only 20 minutes to go?
We got 32 seconds remaining in this period. Navy with the 7-3 advantage. Winner advances to the ECHA finals tomorrow. ECHA championship. We'll play the winner of Westchester and William Patterson coming up later tonight on our broadcast network.
Yep, winner tomorrow of this game will play the winner of next game at 12 o'clock tomorrow here at the Ice Line. Beautiful arena. We got some club suites up there, if you can see in the background. We got some nice bleachers along the side. A really beautiful environment. Banners all over the place.
Jay Niemeyer on camera for us during this broadcast. Shout out to Jay. JJ Michalski working tech. 14 seconds to go. Shot that was sent point blank by Dylan Hart. And now with 11 seconds to go, Navy will be able to get a couple of fresh legs on the ice. Once again, we got to rearrange that net. I think we got to get a stat cast on that net alone. Not even both of the nets.
I think it was just that net. We need to get a stat cast on how many inches it will move before this game ends, and I'm assuming it is over 1 foot.
Matt Stamler at the dot, facing off with Dylan Hart right to Church Vara, and blocked down in front by Connor Hyden, who laid a shove at the end there. And now Reynolds. That'll do it from 2. We have played 2 periods of hockey. We still got to play one more to decide a winner in this one. Navy up 7-3 on Drexel in the ECHA semifinals. 20 minutes away from advancing to the championship. Don't go anywhere. We got the second intermission report coming right your way. We have played 2 periods of hockey. We still got to play one more. Right now, Navy with the advantage over Drexel. We have the potential for 3 hat tricks in this game. Mike Connor Hyden got his just a moment ago in the second period. Matt Stamler with 2 goals in this game. Joe Kelly with 2. The goalie was pulled. A lot of stuff's gone on in this game, Mike.
We've had everything.
I'm asking you to simplify this right now. We still got one more period of hockey. The winner will play in the championship tomorrow. What does Drexel have to do to get back in this hockey game?
Well, obviously the most obvious answer is score. They're down 7-3, down 4 goals, so they need to score to get back into this. But they just gotta work harder than Navy. Navy's had a big lead for majority of this game, but they are still outworking Drexel for majority of the game, and more specifically in the neutral zone and on the board areas below each net, the defensive and offensive zone for Navy. Navy is controlling the board battles, and they're flying through the neutral zone, just something Drexel hasn't been able to duplicate. Villanova did a good job of duplicating that yesterday, and they had a close game with Navy, but Drexel really hasn't been able to find that.
Drexel doing a pretty good job of back checking. Seemed like their forecheck sort of was a bit inconsistent in that period. One player I'm looking at, and I think it's the most obvious man in the room, Mike Churchvara, number 4, ECHA Player of the Year. I've yet to hear his name once tonight. What do you expect out of Churchvara? What do you think he's got to do to lead his team to victory right here?
Well, he's MVP. He's the MVP this year for the ECHA Player of the Year, so he has to put on that type of performance in the third period. Even if Drexel were to get within a goal or 2, Churchvara is going to be a big part of that, so I look for him to score at least once, maybe get an assist or 2 if Drexel is to come back and put some tallies up in this third period. He will be directly involved.
Jeremy Wick, a second-team ECHA selection, pulled in that period. Dylan Gravenstein has goalie duties now, made a phenomenal save to just keep this at 7-3. Goaltending wins playoff games, but so does defense. What did you see out of Drexel's defense in that period, and what do you think they got to improve on to contain Navy in the offensive zone?
They let too much get in front of their net. Navy, what they've been really good successfully at defense this entire game was really keeping Drexel to the perimeter. Navy's getting a lot of cross-ice passes in the neutral zone, in the offensive zone, below the net, right above the net. A couple of cross-ice centering passes led them to goals, 3 to be exact, out of their 7. So Drexel's not doing a good job of keeping the puck in the perimeter, and Navy's finding those soft spots in the slot, and it's transmitting the goals.
We have played 2 periods of hockey here. At the end of this period, we will decide a winner. If regulation is required, we will go there. We're open to all of it. We hope you are too. We got Navy up 7-3 right now on the Drexel Dragons in the ECHA semifinals. Winner plays tomorrow in the championship. Coming your way right after this. One more period to decide who will advance to the ECHA championship tomorrow. Drexel up 7-3. Navy up 7-3 right now on Drexel. 19:50 to go. Wide open land. Let's do it, Mike.
Yeah, this game has had it all, so I wonder what more the third period could give us.
And now skating up through neutral ice is Derek Golembrowski. Matt Stamler trying to retrieve it just to keep it in the Drexel zone. And it will hit the netting, so we will get a face-off at the dot. We have the potential for 3 hat tricks in this game. Connor Hyden, number 10, already has 3. Matt Stamler, 2. Joe Kelly. Mike, I want to get, let's start to get some prop predictions here.
Some prop predictions?
Some prop predictions here. Out of Kelly and Stamler or other, who's the first to get a hat trick?
I would have to go Stamler because he's been buzzing this whole entire game. Number 17 in Navy. Once he's out there, you will definitely notice him. He just went off for a line change. But when he's out there, you notice him because he's fast, he's flying around. So I think if another Navy player were to get a hat trick, it will be him.
And now Luke Turk there won the face-off. He was the one to control that right there. On the follow-up is Connor Hyden trying to put the 4th one in the back of the net. Playing it behind is Mike Churchvara. And Churchvara will connect with Aaron Carmichael. And now Carmichael tries to put a move around Reynolds. He does. He reaches from point-blank range and right into the shoulder and frozen by Luke Marcus.
Yeah, we were talking about Mike Churchavar, Mr. MVP, during the intermission report, and ECHA Player of the Year leading Drexel, third on Drexel with 40 points from the defensive position. He has 15 goals, 25 assists, so if he were to be in tune with any Drexel comeback, he's going to be directly involved, whether it be scoring a goal or assisting on one.
And now off the face-off, controlling it was Schickling, who just dumped it right back in there. On the retrieval for the Dragons was Cam Neely. And now pinned up in the boards was Neely, involved with his teammate. Navy gets it right back in transition as Matt Stamler does a nice little deke through the legs of James Schickling. Couldn't get in front of the net, though, to create a quality scoring chance there. So Drexel now trying to back check here. Dumping it out was Nicholas Urbani. And quick to retrieve at number 13, Pat McGinley. And right back to control it for the Dragons, Blades Kilroy. Almost picked off in neutral ice by Nate Hayden. Eventually will get just dumped right back in there. Played by Gravenstein. And now controlling it for the Dragons was Eugene Lim. Tried to connect with Schickling, immediately broken back up. And now Drexel, this is now the fourth time in a row, will just try to get this past the trolley tracks. And they will. Back into Navy territory and right back into neutral ice. Dumped in by Zach Flagler. Retrieving it now, Churchavara. And Churchavara showing that blazing speed, moving up the boards. Dumps one into the slot. Played back out there by Marcus. Jeffrey Wu trying to control it, could not. Right there to follow up on the opportunity was Chris Hagan. And picked off in front by Jeffrey Wu. Wu now controlling it through neutral ice. Tries to pass it to his teammate. Could not reach Hayden. Hayden just shot from point blank just to keep it in. He will. And now Hayden controlling it behind the net. A follow-up opportunity sent to the slot. That was Luke Turk. Almost put one in the back. And right into the glove. Another follow-up opportunity. Gravenstein has been impressive.
But there will be a penalty on Drexel coming. But Connor Hayden. Can we talk about him for a second, please?
Having a huge game.
First, a beautiful soft pass into the front of the net. Unable to convert is Navy. Hayden gets the rebound, finds his way through the slot, maneuvers in and out of a couple sticks and skates. Gets a shot off right into Gravenstein's glove, however, but still, he has been buzzing, and Navy's getting a power play because of it.
I think number 10 suits Connor Hayden. I know Jake Rozier is listed as 10 on the roster. Hayden usually wears number 12, but I think after this game, Rozier may have to switch to 12, Mike.
Yeah, I think they might have to come with some sort of mutual agreement because Hayden is definitely repping the number 10. And
now here comes Douglas. Douglas tried to center a pass all the way to his teammate, Golan Broski. The hero last night couldn't control it. And now play back here. Here's Joe Kelly. Moves his way past the point. Almost reached Douglas. Blocked down in front by Urbani. Now playing it back behind the cage was Blaze Kilroy. Kilroy. A pass that could not reach his teammate, Nathan Runk. Now Nathan Runk will control it and dump it back out.
Yeah, Golan Broski almost had another chance to unleash that deadly slap shot. We saw it twice yesterday in the Nova game, one from the same spot. He attempted one there, but the pass just couldn't get through.
And now a nifty move right to the front of the net there by Joe Kelly, wanted the hat trick. Jeffrey Wu controlling it, backtracks. Wu's got to be careful. Trying to dump it back out of the zone as Drexel spiked Burkhardt a pass to Connor Hayden. Hayden with a follow-up chance here in the front of the net. Gravenstein somehow able to avoid trouble. And we got a Navy and Drexel player tangled up behind Gravenstein in front of the net. That was Jeffrey Wu and number 16, Eugene Lim.
Chaos.
Absolute chaos.
That's all I could say.
Matt Stamler on the retrieval. Just throws that back into the slot. Eventually reached the Navy stick. That was Spike Burkhardt. Now controlled by Jeffrey Wu. Back to Burkhardt. Jeffrey Wu. Under his stick there was Eugene Lim, able to kind of break that up for a moment. Trying to go in point-blank range with Spike Burkhardt, 3 Drexel defenders. Spike had he was trying to go Sidney Crosby style there, Mike.
Yeah, it looks like he might have tried to do it himself, but unfortunately could not do so.
Matt Stamler moving up swiftly through neutral ice, back into the Drexel zone. Stamler now behind the net. Playing with him side by side, number 22 on the Naval Academy, Daniel Fisher. With it there was Reynolds. Went right through the legs of Reynolds. Luke Marcus just trying to freeze the puck up, and I think he was granted one, and we got some extracurricular activities after the play.
Physicality, not necessarily the physicality, the chippiness has definitely been more present in this third period. It's a little chippy on both sides. Drexel a little mad that they're out of this. Navy a little upset that this game's not over with because they have it well in hand at the moment. So a little chippiness on both sides, maybe a little, I want to get out of this game already.
At the face-off circle, Pat McGinley for the Drexel Dragons. Up there dueling with number 11 on the Naval Academy, Matt McKeevers. As this game progresses on, Mike, I'm starting to recognize more and more familiar faces and old faces and new faces here. It seems like Navy not afraid to switch up their lines.
Definitely not afraid, and I mean, if you're looking at this in your Navy, you probably have this in hand, so you might want to try a few things, see what maybe, if anything, can work a little bit better because you got a championship game tomorrow, so that's where all the stops are pulled, so you might as well start tinkering right now just in case it comes to a point where you do have to change your lines in the middle of a championship game.
That was Matt McVickers there, shotting that from point-blank range. Number 11 touching the ice now for Navy. He is on there. Joining him was Daniel Fisher, number 22. Trying to break that up on the play, number 25, Aiden Riley for the Academy. A new face out there as well. Pinned up against the boards in the battle, Joseph Giannani. And Giannani exchanging some words after the play with Cam Neely. I think Cam Neely wanted to learn about his local business.
Yeah, business cards were exchanged, as my great friend Taylor Snyder says.
Definitely, definitely. Now, Mike, you declared Derek Golembrowski's slap shot illegal in the state of Pennsylvania. So in the case that Derek Golembrowski, who was the hero last night, in the case he does light the lamp in this game, would it even count?
If it's not from a slap shot, no.
It'd have to be a wrist shot.
Yep, if it's from a slap shot, it might not.
And a redirect to the slot off the front. That was Connor Hayden, of all people, who almost had his fourth goal tonight.
He wants his fourth. He wants the fourth really bad. I'm sure he does, but Gravenstein's really stepping up. That's what Jeremy Wick wasn't doing for Drexel. He was maybe in position, maybe made a couple of good saves, but he wasn't making that save that you absolutely needed, that really tough, gritty save. Jeremy Wick really just wasn't making that consistently enough to keep Drexel in this game.
Turk at the dot for Navy, immediate whistle. And they'll redo that. And so now Hayden doing face-off duties for the Navy. Thrown into neutral ice here. Dumps it back in as Ross Hogan for the Academy. Play behind by Gravenstein. Right there to recover was Jim McCallich. And picked off right away was Derek Golembrowski. Golembrowski now Carmichael, excuse me. Tried to put a move on. John Scasia was not fooled. And now Mike Churchvara, a shot from the point that was sent to the front. A follow-up chance there for Drexel. That net was as wide open as the Sahara.
That's wide open.
Very. And now Drexel controlling a pass, tried to send that one to Nicholas Urbani, who has a goal in this game for Drexel. Urbani forced to backpedal all the way into his own zone before it finally reaches Churchvara, who tried to connect on a pass with Chris Hagan. And now Hagan whiffs on it, tried to play it behind the net. Hogan there to pick it up. And Joe Kelly, number 24, tried to send one to his teammate Matt Stamler, who has 2 goals on the night.
You think there's a little friendly wager between Kelly and Stamler?
I was just thinking the same thing, Mike.
They tried to pass it to each other. I wonder if there is.
I was thinking the same thing. Now Matt Stamler moving past the point. Amazing stick work. Matt Stamler, the skill, not enough for Dylan Gravenstein.
Well, when I said earlier in the period that 17 in Navy is very noticeable, if you didn't believe me, you better believe me after watching that. Beautiful stick handling, beautiful hands, beautiful bounce, beautiful IQ. Just beautiful everything on that move. Stamler going between 2 Drexel defenders, shimmying around, making a couple dekes, almost getting it past Gravenstein, but Gravenstein just holding his ground enough to keep the puck out.
Matt Stamler, first-team ECHA selection, the only first-team selection on this Naval Academy roster, showing us why they're amazing stick work. And now playing it behind the net for the Naval Academy. Tough to see from my angle. That was Spike Burkhardt. Coming up with it moving up in neutral ice. Trying to push it to the right wing there was Nathan Hayden, excuse me. And now Gravenstein just right off the blocker to his teammate Wheat Cool. And now Brendan Reynolds there acted like he was going to really unwind on that shot.
Yep.
Thought twice. I think it fooled the Drexel defense. And a pass to Zach Flagler moving up the right wing. And now playing behind the net is Wheat Cool for the Dragons. Cool passes it to Eugene Lim. Eugene Lim puts on a nifty move through neutral ice. Moving up the right wing here now, Wheat Cool. Playing it on the boards in a board battle with number 23 on Drexel. That was Brendan Reynolds on the Navy defense. Out there now, number 11, Matt McKeevers. Aiden Riley joins him too, another new face for the academy. Spike Burkhardt. And kept in by Mike Churchvari, able to keep the play alive. Doesn't matter though, only for a brief moment. And that was Matt McKeevers who broke it up to push it back into neutral ice. So the puck's gonna wind down up the right wing, the left wing, and back into Drexel ice.
Looks like Navy's getting a little bit more content of just playing in the hands, not taking too many risks, just keeping this game, just flowing along, not doing everything overzealous, just to get this clock to wind down, holding a 4-goal lead with 10:49 left. Navy's more than satisfied as letting this clock wind down, moving on to the championship game.
They would face the winner of the Westchester-William Patterson game. J.J. Michalski and Jay Niemeyer will be on the call for that later on this very YouTube station here, this network. So don't go anywhere here. And this is business cards right there. That was a malicious shove there. I believe that was number 23, Nathan Runk, who was very displeased with Luke Turk's taste in music.
That was more than business cards. That was Facebook information. That was a lot of stuff right there. That was being shared.
That was Twitter handle.
Yep, everything. That was a lot of talking back and forth, a little shoving, and Drexel, I'm sure, is very, very upset at the result on the scoreboard right now, and might be just a tad bit frustrated, as anybody would be in this situation.
Navy has been phenomenal tonight. They were clutch when they needed to be. Derek Golembrowski scoring those 2 goals. The reason they are in this point right now, Mike, that phenomenal game last night against Villanova. Villanova with the advantage with just 5 minutes to go. Navy stunning the crowd.
Stunning.
Traveling here from Radnor, PA. And they're in this game because they played physical last night, but above all the physicality, they were very persistent in their forecheck, much of the same tonight.
Yep, very persistent, getting to the net, as we see right there, almost a 4th goal scored on the same exact play as that right there, that set face-off play, just getting puck to the net, crashing. Joe Kelly almost got a hat trick. He already has a goal like that so far, while we have pumped up kicks by Foster people playing in the background, as we should mention. But Navy just continues to forecheck, continues to go, waves and waves of support coming from forwards and defensemen jumping up into play. So really just an all-around well-balanced attack from the Navy offense.
Alex Vandenberg got that game misconduct at the very dead end of the first period. The captain for the Naval Academy, Mike, they're playing like he doesn't even exist right now.
Yeah, it could have been really easy for him or for the whole Navy team play completely different without their captain, someone who had 2 assists in the first period, a goal yesterday against Villanova, the first goal of the game. So it could have been a completely different team, but they lost. All right, well, we'll just stick to course, keep playing our hockey, keep playing Navy hockey, and that's what they did through the whole entire game. So credit to them, losing their captain and all, but not flinching an inch.
And now controlled, Aaron Carmichael, a shot from the point. Blocked down in front by a Navy defender. Puck's going to trickle its way all the way in to Drexel ice, and now it's controlled by Aaron Carmichael. Carmichael, a pass that almost reached Jamie Crane. Played off the wall now, Kyle Weller. Crane in a battle. A 19-on-19 showcase for all the marbles. And now Aaron Carmichael, a shot, a pass to number 27, Kyle Weller, who shot it just above the right post. Luke Marcus, another save off the blocker. And that was John Scasia, who kind of a boxing motion just to punch that puck out of there.
Yep, and get a whistle for a hand pass because he did that. But one interesting thing I want to mention, the 7-3 Navy right now, 9:43 left. These 2 teams played twice in the regular season, obviously, of course, being in the same ECHA division. Drexel won 7-4 the first time, won 6-2 the second time. So Drexel has had Navy's number this year, I don't know if Navy looked back to some film, what they did, but whatever they did worked because they're up 7-3 right now.
Drexel visibly frustrated in this one, a game that started out so explosive, so much scoring. Navy eventually taking out that advantage, going up 4-1 in this game. It was 5-2 at one point.
Well, all that scoring was Navy. Drexel really wasn't in it too much, unfortunately, for the Dragons, but Navy really started the scoring. Drexel just couldn't keep up.
It was 5-2 Navy at one point, and there was a point in this game, Mike, where we had 5-on-3 hockey. They couldn't cash in on the 5-on-3. They eventually went to the 5-on-4. They did cash in on that. Only 3 goals tonight for the Dragons, and they've been very spread in the way they've scored tonight. They haven't been very constant. The goals have been spread out.
They haven't been very consistent, and just that's really a credit to Navy for not letting them get too much. But it's not like Drexel's defense has been bad. It's just really credit to Navy on the offensive end for their persistence and keep going at it, and they do get them high dangerous opportunities. It's just Drexel is not pushing as hard as Navy consistently throughout the game, so that caused the goal differential in this game.
And now Mike Churchvara, a saucer pass, tried to connect there with Chris Hagan, could not. So Navy, easy control for them. And now a little nifty move by John Scasia just to fight off the Drexel forecheck. Moving with it now is McKivers. Had 3 shots in this game already, number 11 on the ice. And this is the new guy line. We got Aiden Riley out there right now, Daniel Fisher. And now playing the puck for the Drexel Dragons, number 10, Blaze Kilroy, moving up through neutral ice, up the left wing.
I remember me and you were talking yesterday. Blaze Kilroy, that's our favorite name.
Definitely. And now playing, and we're going to get a stoppage of play here. I don't know what this could be. It could be a penalty call.
Looks like a penalty on Navy. Looks like it's going to be Nathan Hayden. His brother has the hat trick. He has a penalty. I wonder if they'll hold that against each other or not.
So it's 7-3 now. We got 8:18 remaining here.
Still time, but it's ticking. It definitely is ticking, and I think that panic mode button we read first in the second period, I think Coach Kyle Zoldi might have pushed that a few minutes ago because it's definitely that time. And you got to wonder, yes, there's 8 minutes left. You don't want to pull the goalie with 8 minutes left. But if it's still 4, do you maybe pull the goalie with 5 minutes left? Try to really put the pressure on. So I wonder what Coach Kyle Zoldi is thinking right now as far as that.
Tangled up with there was Luke Turk. A shot from Carmichael went high of the left post. Navy trying to force it out, and they will. And now skating up ice right now with it is Luke Turk. Luke Turk all alone was blocked down in front. A heavy blow there from Mike Churchvara. And now controlled by Aaron Carmichael. Carmichael tried to set up a pass to Cam Neely. Eugene Lim tangled up, and Drexel fans wanted a penalty call there. I think that was clean play.
I think that was a good no call right there. Number 16 in white tried to hold the stick to embellish it a little bit, so not a hooking, more so holding the stick.
And so Zach Flagler was pinned up in the boards here. He's going to finally get off the ice here. Now coming on for the Naval Academy, Joe Kelly, who has 2 marks in this game. Eugene Lim playing up near the point position. A pass that could finally eventually reach Cam Neely. Not too much to do with it. James Schickling was pickpocketed immediately. Skating up ice now is Joe Kelly. Kelly now a shot that was sent to the front. A pass to the front was almost redirected there by number 10, his brother. That was brother-to-brother action.
Oh, yeah.
Both the Hayden twins on the ice right now. Number 24, Joe Kelly coming out, and a stick is loose here. Gravenstein, after the play, obviously Drexel going to not go let that one go unnoticed there. Got to exchange a few words. Because why don't you? I mean, it's hockey.
Just chirp a little bit. It's hockey, so the chirps are always there. Of course, there's 37 seconds left on the power play, so we really won't see this again. But if Drexel does by chance get another power play, I just want everybody to just take notice and take a look of how many times Drexel gets that puck into just the middle of the ice, because it looks like that puck is just pinned in between the dots and the boards the whole entire time. They're not getting any chances in that, what you would call that home plate area, in the slot or whatever. So it's, you got to think, like, how is Drexel going to score? We're not getting out the puck in there. So Navy's just doing a great job of just keeping Drexel to the outside. 37
seconds remaining on the power play. That threw Nathan Hayden.
That's going to be a 5-on-3 for Navy.
That was Nathan Hayden in the box. It is a 5-on-3 advantage now.
Both the Haydens are in the box.
So we got both Haydens in the box. It was my mistake. That was actually Kelly and Connor who tried to connect there. From my angle, it looked like a 23. So now we got a Hayden, I believe. That's not a sandwich. What do we call that when we put 2 of them in the box?
A double Hayden?
A double Hayden? Okay, we'll call it a double Hayden. We got
for now.
Right now, that's the AP style reference, a double Hayden. And now Drexel looking to control his number 22, Chris Hagan. He'll finally connect with Nick Urbani. Urbani back to Hayden. Wide open, and a shot, a score! Pat McGinley cuts the deficit to 3.
Well, now they got the puck in the middle. Finally got the puck in the slot on the power play, and McGinley is right there in front to tap it. Beautiful tick-toe passing from the Drexel Dragons. Churchavara hits McGinley in the middle of the slot. McGinley just taps it home right past Marcus. And with 6:21 left, it's only a 3-goal game.
And here we go. We still got 1:28 remaining on
Drexel
the power play.
still has a 5-on-4, so they can make it a 2-goal game just like in the snap of a finger.
And with 6 minutes to go, we saw what happened last night. Derek Golembrowski scoring twice in under 2 minutes. The reason Navy's in this game, anything is possible at Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. And now moving up is Aaron Carmichael, immediately pickpocketed by Joe Kelly. Playing it back now is Carmichael. Got to be careful. Golembrowski's in his headlights. And now a pass that tried to connect to number 25 there, Cam Neely, could not reach. So Mike Churchvara is forced to go back behind the netting. Pumps the brakes. Thought about swifting that to Eugene Lim. Finally will. Eugene Lim puts on a nifty move. Lim now past the trolley tracks into Navy ice. A pass that reached Carmichael. Eventually to Churchvara. Churchvara trying to connect with Carmichael. Was broken up. Eugene Lim able to keep play alive. And now Churchvara moving in, thought about taking a shot, thinks twice, so he'll pass it across to Churchvara. And Churchvara passes it to Lim at the point, eventually reaches Carmichael. Carmichael shot blocked down in front right there by number 14 on the midshipman, Joseph Giannani. And eventually dumped back in by number 19, Ed Zhao. Controlling it now, Urbani for the Dragons. Urbani into neutral ice all alone, takes it himself and right into the glove of Luke Marcus.
Now this is where Luke Marcus's performance will be exemplified in these next few minutes as the game closes out. To not let Drexel get too into it, but Kyle Zoldi, he's close to his coaches right now. I wonder if they're talking about potential of pulling the goalie, pulling Gravenstein to get it 6 attackers on the ice in an attempt to tie this game. It is a 3-goal game, so I assume there will be a last-ditch effort before the ECHA playoff hopes do end.
Backpedaling now is Urbani. In his rearview mirror is Jeffrey Wu for the Academy. Playing with it now, Pat McGinley, who had a goal just a moment ago to cut this deficit to 3. We are indeed at even strength hockey. The double Haydn is no longer in place. 5-on-5 hockey here. Drexel not too good tonight when they're at even strength. Let's see if they can change their fortunes here. Urbani sent one that almost reached the slot, but it was broken up at the dot. So now the puck's going to find its way all the way back into Drexel ice, and that requires a face-off in the Navy zone.
Navy's going to have some tired players on the ice because they still have a couple penalty killers left out on there, and Drexel gets to put some fresh legs on there. Mike Churchavara is one of those fresh legs, Mr. MVP ECHA Player of the Year. Got to wonder, is he going to come through?
He might with 4:08 to go. If Drexel wants to walk out of here victorious, Mike Churchvara, as well as others, will need to step up. Goalie play by Gravenstein, and I want to get your perspective here, Mike. I think is the reason this game's not 10-4 right now.
Yeah, I mean, like Jeremy Wick just wasn't making those clutch saves Gravenstein was. Obviously, Gravenstein hasn't given up a goal up to date, so Gravenstein has obviously had a much better game than Wick, but Wick just couldn't make that big save at the big time.
And now moving with his Jim McCallich. Tried to center a pass. We could get a penalty call. I think they're going to let them play on here, though.
It's a great play by Scalia just diving out and poking that puck away. Drexel had a 3-on-1, but they don't even get a pass into the slot on the 3-on-1 because Casilla is right there with his stick. And Navy's just defense. We talk about their offensive persistence a lot while the net is empty for Drexel. We talk about Navy's offensive persistence. Their defensive persistence has been there. Luke Marcus fighting in net. Navy's defense with their sticks have been all over the place.
And now a face-off won by Drexel. Eugene Lim trying to send one to the slot was hit off the shoulder of Spike Burkhardt. Spike Burkhardt now will be the one to control it for Navy. Trying to dump it out there for the midshipman was number 2, John Scasia. And so now playing it for the Dragons is Eugene Lim. Lim just tried to send one to his teammate, number 22, Chris Hagan. Now behind the net with it, number 5, Dylan Hart. playing it back to Urbani. It'll reach Hart behind the cage. Hart will pass to his teammate Eugene Lim. It was immediately broken up by Joe Kelly. And now handling the puck is the Drexel Dragons. Right to the front of the net was Dylan Hart. And Luke Marcus almost got caught off guard.
But like a common theme this whole tournament, Luke Marcus has held his own, stayed strong in his crease, did not get pushed back, found a way to cover that puck. Navy's still up by 3 with 2:49 to go.
38-31 shot advantage for Navy was not the case last night. Villanova almost controlled the shot advantage for most of the game, but Navy scored when it mattered, and it seems like in a game like this, they've scored when it had to happen. The opportunities that they have created, they have not wasted. They've taken advantage, and part of the reason why 7 goals are on that scoreboard right now.
Yep, they did a great job coming out early in the first, scoring 5 total goals in the first period. That's definitely, obviously, the difference maker.
And now empty net here for Drexel. It's Joe Kelly looking to get the hat trick. Kelly will! The Naval Academy up 8-4, and that might be the nail in the coffin.
He is now also a membership to the Liz Premium Club.
Liz Rewards Program, indeed.
Liz Reward Program, yep. Joe Kelly is now a member of that. He is the second player this ECHA playoffs to get a hat trick. His third goal comes on the empty net, but that, I think, is officially the nail in the coffin. Navy is up 8-4 with 2:35 remaining. And Navy Midshipmen, just a great 60-minute hockey game. Nothing you can say.
2:33 separates us from the end of regulation. Navy up 4. They can taste the ECHA championship.
Joseph Gianni with a big hit. Big hit along the boards on Chris DiCarlo of Drexel. Chris DiCarlo a little slow to get up. Navy's trainers are going to come out to check on the injured Dragon, but DiCarlo looks fine. Their trainer makes a U-turn. It's a big hit with 2:30 left. I didn't think the Drexel player was expecting that hit. Maybe didn't think Navy would be that aggressive, but Chris DiCarlo definitely does get a licking.
If this game were to remain at 8-4, Navy would advance to play the winner of William Patterson and Westchester coming up later on the ACHA network. Right now, though, the Drexel Dragons down 4. They have automatically qualified for the national tournament. Won the regular season, finished at the 1 seed. The final record for the Dragons was 29-3-1. Navy was 24-6-3. So Navy merely playing for a trophy in a game like this. Drexel, though, still has a chance to play more hockey regardless of the result.
Yeah, might be good for them. Might give them a couple days, maybe a week or so off. Not too sure on the break, but maybe just a nice little mental breather, especially after a game like this, just to get some things together, get a few practices together, and more hockey. You can't complain about that.
1:54 remaining. Mike, do you see Drexel pulling the goalie here? Or do you think it's time for head coach Kyle Zoldi to wrap this up and get back to Philadelphia?
I think he's just going to call it in at this point. I really can't see him pulling the goalie, especially with a minute 39 and counting left. It's just too much. I think at this point you're just going to, wave the white flag in some respect.
All the Navy Midshipmen fans at home obviously pleased with the result. Joe Kelly a hat trick in this game. Connor Hyden. Matt Stamler has 2. Number 17, first team ECHA selection.
And we have a Navy team pup in attendance.
We do have a Navy. We have a Navy team dog.
13 out of 10 happy right now, because his team is up by 4 goals with a minute left.
Stay posted to our social media as Mike and I attempt to get a picture with Navy's team dog after the game. And we got 1 minute remaining here in the third period of the ECHA semifinals. Navy 55 seconds away from a championship matchup with either Westchester or William Patterson. And now Navy controlling the puck. Moving up is Matt McKivers. McKivers thought about centering the pass to number 22 there, Daniel Fisher. Eventually Reese Fisher in the slot. He just didn't see it. It's now Chris Hagan there for Drexel trying to handle it. Immediately broken up by McKivers.
Yeah, Drexel is definitely just happy, just winding this down. They still got more to play for, so they're not going to go too overzealous or do too much.
23 seconds to go. Now down to 20. 15 to go now. Navy trying to dump it back in the neutral zone. A weekend of hockey. A phenomenal weekend of hockey. We are only just beginning here. Navy has a date with the ECHA Championship. They're moving on to tomorrow.
What a great game by Navy. All-around effort, defense, neutral zone, offense, goaltending. They got it all today. They got enough of it, and they're playing in the championship game tomorrow at 12 o'clock here in this same old rink. Of course, we'll have that game broadcasted, but we're going to talk about now. And Navy coming away with the 8-4 victory, doing it all, beating the number 1 seeded Drexel Dragons.
A tradition unlike any other. Mike, let's go through the game right now for Drexel and Navy. So many scoring. I mean, Joe Kelly with a hat trick, Connor Hyden. Really, Gravenstein coming in, keeping this, what he could at least, close for the Drexel Dragons. Who are your 3 stars of this game?
3 stars, obviously. 2 of the stars, I got to go with the hat trick boys. I got to go Joe Kelly and Connor Hyden. No particular order. And if I were to go 3rd star, I'm a little heartbroken right now. I'm not sure who I want to pick. I'm going to either go Matt Stamler or Luke Marcus. Luke Marcus, he faced 32 shots, but he made a lot of key saves to keep this game out of reach for Drexel. So I think I'm going to go Luke Marcus as my 3rd star, just the way he was able just to make those timely saves to keep this game well in hand for Navy throughout.
The 1-seeded Drexel is packing. They're going home to Center City tonight. Mike, this has opened up the tournament. We have been so impressed with the Naval Academy's play, especially their offensive attack. They will play tomorrow in the ECHA Championship. They got to await their opponent in the game later tonight between Westchester and William Patterson. Mike, what do you really like about this Navy team, and what gives them the potential to walk out champions tomorrow afternoon?
Their speed and their confidence is what really sticks out to me. They had the confidence to pull off face-off plays, to draw up plays on face-offs and convert them and be successful at them. 3 of their 8 goals came off of a face-off, off of a set play, whether it's winning a face-off back to Joe Kelly and he scores, or pushing the face-off forward towards the net, crashing the net, and punching it home. So 3 of their 8 goals were off of face-off. So I really like that confidence, and that shows me a lot towards their coaching, how smart this team is and how well together this team plays. So I just think their speed coming through the neutral zone, the way they're always persistent at all 200 feet of the ice, and just the confidence they have just to run set plays off of face-offs, it just really opens up the offense for a bunch of other stuff.
I've definitely been impressed with their offensive tack as well as their back check, Mike. This defense has really kept teams at a close distance. They were on last night versus Villanova, and they needed to be in a game that came right down to the wire. What really impresses me about this Navy team is they're very consistent in the way they play hockey. I find that when you can be consistent and when you can be aggressive and you couple that with solid goaltending, there's nothing you can't accomplish. And I think right now this Navy team is really, really emerging. We still got more hockey to play tonight.
We still got plenty of hockey.
William Patterson, Westchester,
a lot more hockey.
2 phenomenal teams. This is Westchester's barn. But Navy, man, you got to give credit to where it's due. They played phenomenal tonight.
They're in the championship.
And one thing about this Drexel team, head coach Kyle Zoldi, talking to him before the game, so much talent on this team. Mike Churchvara, number 4, almost non-existent tonight. Eugene Lim getting involved. It seemed like Navy's a plan of defense, or their defensive strategy at least, was to sort of limit the production from their top 3 players.
Yeah, it looked like they did a good job of that. They're always reaching their stick out to the puck. They were being a little bit more physical than they were yesterday. Well, while it was a more physical game in nature with Villanova being the more physical team, I think Navy was more of the aggressor this game, which has kind of made Drexel backpedal a lot, which made Drexel second think a lot, and were unsure of themselves, while Navy was just going for it. They're just playing hockey. They're getting out there, and they're going after, and that's what the scoreboard shows.
When we started out, Mike, this game, I ate my words immediately. I said this game seemed like it was going to be slow. It was the polar opposite of that, faster than any game we have witnessed thus far in ECHA playoffs. We got a pretty good one coming up later tonight. Westchester, William, and Patterson, 2 teams that Temple has faced. What are you kind of expecting out of that game?
I'm just excited to see more hockey. I'm interested in the speed of that game because we saw the Navy-Nova game. That was a pretty fast one. This Navy-Drexel game, it sped up as time went along. But one of these 2 teams will be playing Navy in the championship game, so I'm interested to see the speed of this game. Which team is the faster team? Which team's going to forecheck for all 60 minutes and maybe then some if need be? Because that team is going to be the team that could potentially knock off Navy. So I'm just interested to see the speed of the game, who really steps out, who really jumps out, and who plays that full 60 minutes.
This is the first game out of any ECHA matchup in the playoffs where both teams played for tomorrow regardless. Drexel moving on to the national tournament. Navy, however, they're playing for a trophy tomorrow in the championship.
They want that trophy.
We got more hockey coming up later tonight. Don't you dare go anywhere. J.J. Michalski and Jay Niemeyer on the call for William and Patterson and Westchester. Signing off from our first matchup, Navy with the 7-3 victory 8-4 victory over the Drexel Dragons, advancing on to the ECHA championship.